Now where is Aslam? What's taking him so long? He should have been here ages ago.
Oh, I'm so nervous to tell Mom what's on my mind. But I can't carry this burden anymore.
What's wrong, Aslam? Where have you been all this time? I've been waiting for hours for you.
Mom, I have to tell you something.
What is it, my child?
I'm gay.
You... What? But how?
I'm so sorry, Mom. Oh,
Ya Allah. It's haram, my child. You will bring a curse upon this house. That is not becoming of a Muslim. Aslam, according to the Sharia law, it is forbidden to be gay and Muslim. And you will not be shaded under the arsh of Allah on the day of Qiyamah.
Hey, Salam, Aslam. How are you?
Walaikum salam, Idris. I'm fine, shukran.
Oh, you don't look so fine. You look a bit down, my friend. What's wrong?
Don't worry about it. I'm fine, I'll be fine.
Nonsense. Come, let's go to my place and we can talk about it. So tell me, Aslam, what's on your mind?
Well, you know I'm gay, right?
Yeah, you've told me and I've always known, so what's the problem?
Well, I came out to my mom. And she's the most important person in my life. You know this, right? And if she accepts me, then I don't care who knows.
I see. So how did she take the news? It must have been shocking for her.
Well, she rejected me and made it all about how she feels.
Subhanallah. I'm so sorry, my friend. I know it was bound to happen one day. But I'm sure she'll come around. You know mothers, love for their sons, right?
She kept saying it's haram and that I'll burn in hell and stuff like that. But the thing is, I've done the research and I found nothing. Absolutely nothing that condemns people just for being gay. I just feel like running away.
It took you 18 years to accept it, so give us some time. Like I said, it took you a long time to accept yourself.
I suppose you're right.
Hey, I tell you what, I have another friend who also came out. You remember Munib from high school? So he spoke to an Imam who helped him to reconcile with Islam and accept himself. And if you want to, I can arrange a meeting for you and your mom.
I suppose you're right.
I'm sure he will be able to give you good advice. Now cheer up, my brother. It will all be resolved, inshallah.
Assalamu alaikum, Auntie Mariam and Aslam. And
Walaikum
Aslam,
salam.
shukran for
Salam.
inviting me. How can I help you and your mother today?
Well, Imam, I just recently told my mom that I'm gay.
I see.
I was hoping she would be supportive of me,
Mhm.
but seems like she doesn't understand me at all.
Okay. I see. And how does your mother feel? I would like to hear from you.
Well, she feels I won't be shaded under the arsh of Allah,
Mm-hmm.
and that what I'm doing is haram, and that's all she keeps saying.
Okay.
I feel hurt though, and rejected.
Mm-hmm. I can understand, yeah.
So I don't think I want to talk to her about this anymore.
Okay.
Which is why I thought maybe talking to an Imam might help us.
I see. I completely understand, yes. And I can imagine it's not easy for you and for your mother, especially when it comes to sexual orientation, right? But what I can say is that your sexual orientation and your gender identity, this is not something that you choose. It's something that you come to realize later on, And you are not the first person to go through this. In the time of the Prophet Muhammad ﷺ, we had a community of people known as the Mukhannathun, and they were quite a diverse community in terms of their sexuality. And while there are hadith that condemns these type of people, the Prophet had always dealt with them in a way that questioned their behavior and not necessarily their sexual identity, or their orientation. According to the majority scholars, like particularly those within the Sunni tradition, many of these hadiths are, questionable, considered inauthentic. So there is no definite punishment in the Quran for homosexuals or from the Nabi Muhammad ﷺ condemning homosexuals. In fact, the Quran is silent on the issue of homosexuality, except for its inference, when it comes to the story of Nabi Lut, or Qawm Lut, or Sodom and Gomorrah. But we know now that, the issue surrounding Qawm Lut, or Sodom and Gomorrah, was an issue of behavior, not necessarily the people's sexual orientation, which is part of the fitrah. And the behavior was related to the abuse of sexual power. So we see 3 examples of how their behavior was inappropriate. There was molestation on the highway of trade. There were the sexual orgies that were conducted by men in the temple of Ishtar, but these sexual orgies were related to idolatrous worship. And then there was also the attempted rape of the angels of Allah who came to them disguised as young men. So you see that all 3 of these issues are related to the abuse of power, including stealing, the robbery, the idolatry, the non-consensual sex. And so all I can advise you, Aslam, is that your sexual orientation is not something that you can pray away. This is something that Allah has given you. It is part of your fitrah. But this is not your primary identity also. Our primary identity is our spiritual identity. There are also legal outlets for you. You can find a partner, settle down with your partner, focus on your identity as a Muslim.
Shukran, Imam. That really helps. If I have any other concerns, I will reach out to you.
Yes, and as a mother and as a Muslim, it's hard for me. But I love my son. I will take some time, but I will try.
You are welcome, and may Allah guide all of you, inshallah.